Hello and welcome to my little home studio. I'm Sandy, I'm a community arts and crafts instructor at East Sussex College. On today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to create a silhouette paper collage. This is a really nice exciting little project that allows you to adjust to your own interests and your own tastes, and hopefully will also build on your existing skills and allow you to create even more exciting and fantastic projects in the future. So we will be using mostly some lovely magazines or my all-time favourites, old maps, and therefore we'll reuse materials, reduce waste and do our bit for the environment. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. Okay, so let's get started by looking at all the equipment we're going to use today. So we're going to start with some magazines, so any good nice colourful magazines that you might have lying around. You'll need a glue stick or some PVA glue and a little brush to apply it. You need some paper scissors, little pen if you're going to draw your own designs, or if you are able to download some designs from the internet and print them, then you have a massive choice. And here are some examples, but don't worry if you're not able to do that, as I will show you how to draw a simple one. So this is all you need. I'll get started. So I will show you firstly how you can indeed draw some very simple little designs if you're not able to download some examples. So you could draw a little heart, they're nice, yeah, lovely, or you can do a little flower, just some nice simple little petals that go around. Or one of my favorites, you can do a 5-point star. These are obviously very easily. I'll do it again slowly. Might take a little bit of practice, but 9 times out of 10 they always look great and varied in size and angles. So I think I will be using a little star today. So bearing that in mind, I will try and find some newspaper magazines that I think will kind of suit my star design. So I've gone for something a little bit more angular as design is and reflective. So I've looked through the interior magazine and I like this. It's got exactly what I was looking for, some interesting angles and lots of light and dark and reflective surfaces. So first thing we need to do, we're going to use paper strips. So we need to ascertain, because we will get strips that are much neater, whether the paper grain runs horizontally or vertically, and you won't know that until you try it. So I'm going to start at the bottom here because there's some writing, so I probably will not use that anyway. So as you tear it, it's not the straightest of lines, so something tells me we will get a much nicer strip of paper this way. And there you go. This is what we're looking for, really strips. And you can make them, because it is just a small little design, we want quite small little bits. So this is probably enough, and you can tear them again. So it's building up a little supply of this lovely kind of silvery, shiny, reflective surfaces. So I'll be using some of these, and I can prepare them a little bit more as we go along, and if I need some more. Great. So there's a little pile of them there. We'll be using most of those. So what I intend to use with this card, I wanted to make it with this design. What I want to do with the design is to make a little card. So I need to draw a star that is going to kind of fit. So I just got the scrap piece of paper. This is an A5 piece of card. It's been folded in half. So it's the same size. I just want to make sure that my star design fits the card. So I'm going to do one here. So again, that's a good one. It's a fine one. And that's it. So now we need to start sticking our bits of paper together. Glue stick, it's in a way better than a PVA glue if you've got some, because it's drier, so you will not get your paper too wet. So you start, I'll turn this around. You can just about see some of the design lines. I don't know if you can on that or not. There you go. So what we'll start doing is just cover where the design is. Just put some glue. Don't need to cover it all at once because it will not stick all to it at the same time, because it will start drying in places. So there's some nice strips in here. So I'm starting to just add some of these strips, and I'm liking I'm going at this kind of jaunty angle. That's fine. And I said this is quite a simple little project design, but they're so effective. There's a little sparkly something in there as well. Let's add some more glue at the bottom here because it seems to have dried already. Going that way. So I like the kind of rough edges of the paper and the white details, the white edge where the page has been torn. I particularly like that as well, so I want to make sure that's all very visible. I'll add a bit more glue here and a bit more glue at the top there. And also the different textures and variations of colour are very good, and we want to make sure we highlight those as well as part of our design. I'm just going to overlap some paper, so I need to make sure that again it's nicely stacked together. And just need a little bit more at the end there. Yeah. So I keep stripping it into smaller and smaller bits sometimes because, as I said, it's such a small little project. You want to get a good variation of and good interest of colour and textures. So I think I've got all of it, the whole star together now. And that's it really. I can stick some of these little bits. We don't want too much. Press it all down. So now we can turn our star around, and this is why having a simple design helps, because you can just go around and cut all the details really easy, and the straighter the lines the better in a way. A little tip, keep the paper as close to the start of your blades as you can, and move the paper when you can as well. So don't have to cut, as it is quite an abstract design. I don't have to follow my lines that accurately. So you have a little bit of leeway. Oops. And just a couple more points to go. And there you go. And this is all we need. And done. So now we can get a scrap bit of paper and get some more glue on the back and make sure you get right to those edges. You don't want them flipping up on your design, so really give them a good amount of glue right to the tips. And then just carefully peel that off again. Get the little card where it's going to live, and I'm just going to choose the angle that we're going to use. I'm going to go for this one here and there. I can use glue, dirty glue paper side up, or fold it in half just to make sure, but using that to press it down. It's good. And that should be it. Fantastic. And there you go. One lovely little card done very quickly and very effectively. Here's another little one that I've made earlier, a little rabbit. So this one I use little courgettes and strawberries, which I think that rabbit appreciated. You don't have to try and match the contents and images on your paper because they're so broken and abstract by the time they get stuck down. This is more about colours and textures. But also sometimes when you do recognise parts of it, it is quite funny. So I do like that the rabbit is eating lots of food that he probably likes. And these sizes are nice because they kind of fit very standard envelope sizes. So they make lovely little greeting cards that you can share. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.